the line. Take note, the quaddie today at Caulfield kicks off in race 5. Quaddie kicking off not here in race number 5. Big crowd lines the fences here at Caulfield. Huge crowd in to see this much anticipated clash. Fields of Omar and the champion Northerly. To call the action and to call these 4 runners into line is Greg Miles.
6-year-old with 17 victories to his credit. He's not yet been on a slow track, but his dead track form, you wouldn't say he couldn't handle this. He seems to handle anything you throw at him. 6 dead track runs. He's had 5 wins in a second. Here's the reigning hero, the reigning champion of Australasian racing, and he is expected to win today. Obviously, Fields of Omar's his only danger. They've met 5 times. The score is 3-2 in favour of Northerly. The twice that Fields of Omar has beaten Northerly home, it has been at less than 1,600 metres, so out to 1,800. It's in the right distance range for this great horse. And I guess he should sit on the pace, which is likely to be set by Georgie Boy, I would imagine, although he didn't go forward the other day in Adelaide when he drew badly. But he's got the inside gate and he's a natural speedster, and Northerly should stalk him, and then Fields of Omar will be trying to make one rush at Northerly, I suppose. That's the way most people, I think, assess the race. We'll just see how it actually unfolds. It's going to be intriguing, even though there's only 4 in it. They're moving up for the Carlton Draft St George Stakes. Georgie Boy was the first loaded. The champ Northerly goes in alongside him. $1.50 on Super Tab, $2.30 Fields of Omar. Nashville Widow brings Mr Casanova into the line. Greg Childs takes the outside of the 4. Fields of Omar is in. The quartet locked away for the Group 2 St George. Racing, and Mr Casanova out the back with Fields of Omar. Georgie Boy is the first out. Northerly sits second in the early stages, 3/4 away. Mr Casanova back to third, and Fields of Omar, he's going to settle last and try and come with one swooping run. Georgie Boy set a good tempo out to the 1,400. He's 2 lengths in front. Payne stays away from the rail on Northerly, sitting second. Third placing is a toss-up. Fields of Omar on the inside, and Mr Casanova is outside. They top the rise near the back of the track at the 1,200 metres, and the leader is Georgie Boy. He's a little over 2 lengths. Northerly is up in second placing. 2 lengths away, Mr Casanova, and on his inside, a neck away. Last of the 4 is Fields of Omar. 5 lengths covered them, and the leader is Georgie Boy for Stephen Arnold. Heads to the 1,000 metres by 2. Northerly in second placing. Mr Casanova's 2 lengths away, and a half-length Fields of Omar on the inside. Been steadily run, Georgie Boy the leader. Now Northerly just moved up to close that gap. He sits 3/4 away second. 2 lengths Mr Casanova. Fields of Omar on the rails. Past the 800, Georgie Boy still out by 3/4. Payne happy to let Georgie take him into the race. He sits second on Northerly. 2 lengths Fields of Omar on the inside, within 2 of the leader. Mr Casanova is outside. Georgie Boy at the 600 by a neck. Now Payne just niggles a little bit at the champion. Northerly almost level coming to the turn. Mr Casanova tried to make a line of 3, and Fields of Omar is last, but only 2 lengths off the leader. Georgie Boy just in front of Northerly. Mr Casanova running a big race, and Fields of Omar in the straight now, and on the outside Northerly took a slender lead. Fields of Omar comes with a run at him on the inside. Payne pulled the whip. Northerly's about a neck in front. Fields of Omar's having a go at him. Northerly about a head in front of Fields of Omar. They're racing tight. Northerly, what a champion you are. Pulls out enough. Northerly beat Fields of Omar 3/4 of a length. 5 lengths Mr Casanova. It's a favourite trifecta, and Georgie Boy picks up $8 grand for that.
Oh, stirring stuff here. The big crowd at Caulfield just rose as one where Northerly fought off that determined challenge. Andrew Bensley from Fields of Omar.
Has delivered.
Paddy waiting very patiently and very well. Without knowing the sectional times, I thought he brought him into the race and made it honest enough. He's a little bit surprised. Fields of Omar was very brave. He was under the stick just before they straightened. But on straightening, he found a fair bit. And I guess he let Northerly know he was there.
He put the head out, though, your horse. He just never gives in, does he?
Well, he knows I need the money. So, no, it's his, a trait over the last couple of seasons. They can get to him, but it's pretty hard to get past him.
He rolled in a little bit there, probably about the 200-metre mark. I haven't seen the head on or anything. I think both jockeys were clear, but
I wouldn't have thought he did that.
No.
I'd have to deny that.
Yeah, okay. How much improvement out of today going to your next run, Fred? Just on today?
Just natural improvement, I think, with racing. I won't try and do much with him. It's just let him be Well, let him be himself. The run itself will help today. He's on a heavy track. He'll know he went round, and that should tide him up a little more.
How do you put in this preparation after 2 runs to say maybe the spring? Has he improved? Where do you
No, I don't think he's improved. I think he stayed the same, and if I can keep him in that sort of order, that's all I want to do.
Singapore's an option after this. Royal Ascot, I saw the representative standing beside you during the race. What's he said to you?
He was pretty nice to me. He said it would be a good idea if I went. I also thought I might worry about the Australian Cup and then think about those things a little later on.
Well done, Fred.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Fred Kersley, Brendan.
Oh, Richard Freedman, wasn't that an exciting race? A horse with the heart of a lion.
I held my breath just before the corner. I thought, Northerly's under a bit of pressure here, and Mr. Casanova was making ground on him, and Georgie Boy, he was hanging in there. But when he got to the front, I thought, well, Fields of Omar will lead him up here. He's been under pressure for too long, Northerly, but he just continues to astound me, the way he fights this horse. He's off the bit for the entire journey. He gets to the front here, beats off one, and then beats off another one. He's a freak. I've never seen a horse race like him. He just has an unusual racing style. That hanging in the straight, that's a habit of his. And he does that when he's under severe pressure sometimes. But when he got up next to Fields of Omar, it was just, I thought Fields of Omar had a softer run, should beat him, just couldn't.
Isn't that just astounding? The heart of a lion, the ability to fight under pressure.
Yeah, it's just like no other horse I've ever seen. I know he got close to Fields of Omar in the straight, but Greg Charles really didn't have to stop riding, and in the end, Northerly was pulling away, and I think the margin's about a length, so there'll be no protest. And, he is the star horse in this country, no doubt.
Have a listen to the crowd. They've come here to watch a superstar, and a superstar they've seen at his best.
He has performed up to all expectations. He's the best horse I've seen in a long, long time.
151.8 is the time, so we're well outside the record with the slow track. We're about to welcome back the star from the west to Cox Plate and Caulfield Cup winner. His second run back this preparation. What awaits this horse? Can he go to Europe and clean up?
There's pretty much nothing this horse can't do. He could run on dirt and run well. He could run on wet tracks and run well. If it's rock hard, he runs even better. There's just not a chink in his armour.
And I think Patrick Payne is just the perfect rider for him.
Anyone's the perfect rider for this horse. Anyone could ride this horse. All you've got to be is fit. Oh, Alf's shaking his head saying, no, that's not right. But I think it is.
Alf Matthews?
No, I totally disagree with your comments. This horse is perfectly suited by one P. Payne. Better. Go back to his history, it'll tell you that.
Every jock that's ridden him has won on him.
At Group 1?
Go and have a look.
Have a listen to the crowd as they welcome back this amazing racehorse. 6-year-old whose prize earnings rocket now up towards that $8 million mark and hopefully beyond, not too far away. So they go beyond, hopefully at his next run in the Australian Cup. Patrick Payne returns aboard Northerly. Wow, just
Patrick
amazing
does
stuff.
ride him well, though.
Racing. Jumped in a good line too. Georgie Boy first into the bridle on the inside from Northerly and Mr. Casanova. And Charles, giving Fields of Omar plenty of time to balance, goes back to the last of 4. Now Georgie Boy landed in front, bled nearly a length on the outside is Northerly's. Back about a length and a half from the early point. 2 then to Mr. Casanova. And Charles has gone up on the inside and Fields of Omar back inside Mr. Casanova as they go along the back. They've gone to the 1400 metre mark and the leader is Georgie Boy. He's 2 in front from Northerly. About a length and 3/4 further back Mr. Casanova just shading Fields of Omar back 4th, and he's about 4 lengths off the lead. Over the top of the hill at the 1200 metre mark, and the leader is Georgie Boy by 2. Northerly second. They're not going quick. A length and a half to 2 further back Mr. Casanova. Fields of Omar back a neck on the inside 4th. Fields of Omar back about 2.5 to 3 lengths behind Northerly, who's getting a little closer at the 1000 metre mark to Georgie Boy, but they're only cantering, and Georgie Boy nearly a length in front, now 3/4 to Northerly. 2 then to Mr. Casanova and a half length back on the inside Fields of Omar. 800 metres to go. They quicken a little. Georgie Boy 3/4 to a length in front from Northerly. A length and a half into Mr. Casanova. Fields of Omar getting a little closer over on the inside. He'll need some luck to get out from there. Coming inside the 600 metre mark. Georgie Boy a neck in front. Now on the outside, Northerly's going up to almost join him. A half then to Mr. Casanova. A length and a half further back behind them, waiting for the run, giving a crack with a whip. Here's Fields of Omar as they turn. Northerly goes to Georgie Boy from Mr. Casanova. A length and a half further back. Ridden hard again. There is Fields of Omar as Northerly takes the lead at the 350-metre mark with Fields of Omar going back inside him. Northerly the leader down at the 250. Fields of Omar getting up on the inside of him. Northerly coming in and crowding a little on Fields of Omar. Northerly in front. Fields of Omar try to push up on the inside. Northerly's a half length in front of Fields of Omar. Too good the Western Australian. Northerly a half length to Fields of Omar. They got close in the straight. 4 away third is Mr. Casanova, and 3 to Georgie Boy last of all.
1 Northerly the winner, 160, defeating 3 Fields of Omar. Of course, no place, Paul, and third will go to the 5, Mr. Casanova.
And Protest New Zealand is second against first in race 9. The numbers there, 9, 5, 10.
Going to the front, turning for home. Fields of Omar getting up on his inside, giving a crack with a whip a couple of times before the home turn. Northerly coming in. They seem to race at fairly close quarters. The head-on might show it fairly close. Side on, he was just laying it a little, but getting away to win by about 3/4 over Fields of Omar, going down towards the line. Northerly, the champ from the west, Patrick Payne from 3 Fields of Omar. Again, he's beaten us. Northerly, Fields of Omar, Greg Charles, and Mr. Casanova, number 5, is officially third. They raced to tight quarters down inside the 350. Be interesting to see how close. Here it is now, the replay coming up head on. Northerly starting his run out about 4 or 5 out. Fields of Omar back to the inside. He came down, got close to him, then came just enough away from him. Charles was able to use the whip. We've been beaten on our merits by this great horse here.
And 1 Northerly, Patrick Payne. 160 the win, no place betting. 3 Fields of Omar second, Mr. Casanova number 5 third. Quinella 120, Exacta 210, 135 Trifecta $2.90.
Tab dividends are brought to you by Sydney's best cars and four-wheel drives and Sydney's best Daewoo, Sunny Holt Road, Blacktown.
They really are Sydney's best.
Colour.
In a fraction. So there's been support. Most of these runners have eased. Kajar out a point. Also back in styles out a couple of points now. Now High Life got out but is firming up again. Optimax is out 3 points. Scenic Boom is out 4 points. Sir Kangaroa, that's had a little support. I know Ronnie Duffy was keen each way. And also Straight Proof. It opened quite short and has eased 1 point. So plenty of value in this race as the runners are moving in for the running of race 4. At the late money suggests High Life's had support. As I said, Diamond, he did ease out about nearly 3 points, but he's come back in again. So there's been good backing for the toppy. And Kajar, as I said, now eases even further. And there's been late money for Back in Style. High Life out a point. Optimax is out 3 points. It's one that can handle the wet. And Sir Kangaroa, who opened good double figure odds. Still those nice odds. You're still getting good overs for Ronnie Duffy's tip here, Sir Kangaroa. And there's been specking for the 10. And Straight Proof, who opened the firm favourite, has now eased out 1 point. Now they are starting to move them in pretty well for the running of race 4. So let's take you up to Ian Craig.
At Randwick. Moving up. Right, Les, yes, moving in nicely for this, the 4th race of the day on the toe to New South Wales, 4:30. Let's go chopping and changing now. Last minute money coming in. 11 is 450 Straight Proof. Number 3 at 490 Kajar. High Life number 6 is 560. And a 650 about number 1 for whom there has been late backing, and that is Diamond. 3 to come in, Sir Kangaroa along with Parhelia and a High Life. 2 mares in the race, and they are the fancied horses Kajar and Straight Proof. Previous race won by Bell Place, led throughout. Rob Brewer number 6, speed 1 Fawaz, 2 third Smash and 10 Zana 4th, 2nd to 9 Hollow, and the 1st to 4 Msbowie. This race over 1600 metres, and Sir Kangaroa along with a High Life and Parhelia. The 3 to move in now. Going up is Sir Kangaroa. Now High Life from Maruya being led forward, racing with a piece of tape just below the hock on the offside. In goes High Life. And only the Wyong train Parhelia to move in. And in goes Parhelia. As Terry joins us, they're all set, ready to run now. This is the 4th of the day. 1,600 metres action in the barrier stalls here. And out the back comes Kajar's rider. They're all set and ready to run, and there was action in the stalls. And oh goodness me, Kajar has come out, and she's come out bucking. The saddle has shifted back a little bit, and Kajar has taken off and is heading in an anti-clockwise direction and is starting to gather momentum. And the two Clarks of the course are in hot pursuit, make it 3. But Kajar is in full flight, and there is not a hope in Hades of picking her up for quite some time, the way things look at the moment. Yes, she must have become stirred up in the stalls, and they've taken High Life, and the other one that has come out of the stalls is Back in Style. And Kajar's rider, Rodney Quinn, looks to be okay. Must have jammed a leg up against the stalls when Kajar played up. Now, they have opened the gates into the enclosure. One of the Clarks is gradually getting on terms with Kajar. Will he get there quickly enough? He reaches over. And has he been... Oh, she's minus the bridle. And the Clark has been able to hang on to her mane. And they're both over on the outside fence. He's slowing down now, and that is a remarkable piece of horsemanship. Absolutely fantastic. Minus the bridle, he's been able to race up and grab her and pick her up, and she's up near the home turn now. So a delay here at Randwick. Kajar will be a late scratching on the totalisator. She was showing in New South Wales at $5. And she was a little longer than that in the ring. Straight Proof is the bookies' favourite in front of High Life. And let's just see how long it... Yes, it'll take a while to bring her back into the enclosure. So a break from all studios, and then we'll be back with the action race-wise of race 4.
Well, Richard, horsemanship we document every day on Sky, and that is a great example once again from the Clark of the course.
At least they've got control of Kajar. I think they've just lost control of her now, but they had control of the horse there for a long time. At least she looks safe. You know, it looks like she's not going to do anything stupid.
We're on the countdown to the Blue Diamond here this afternoon. Will it be a horse like How Funny, perhaps, for Glenn Boss? In this next race, the Sydney Hoop, who hails from Queensland, saddles up aboard Blesson.
I'm not a sweater.
Glenn, a little bit of form around Blesson's performance.
Yeah, he's been very consistent. Subsequent winners come out behind him the other day, so a bit of a query on the going, but he's been racing very well.
Like most of them. How about How Funny in the Blue Diamond?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a query about her in the going today. It's genuine slow. She's in great form herself, and I expect her to be very competitive, but a bit of a question mark on the going, just so she's a Rory Chester.
Any question mark about a Brecon Rose?
No, I think she's won in New Zealand on the wet track, and her form's outstanding. She'd be going in this race pretty confident.
A very talented Choisir cannot win the Oakley.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can win for sure, but another one, I just question on the going. I think he will handle it, but yeah, I'd be pretty confident he'd be very competitive again.
Rancho Spark, know much about him?
I don't know. I know he's got okay wet form, and he's a horse that's probably had a couple of runs in. He might be starting to come into some sort of form, but top weight looks very hard to beat.
At least he'll be up there. Glenn, ride well, mate, and good luck.
Thanks, Alf. Go on, you, mate.
Glenn Boss there. How funny. It'll be interesting, Richard, as we await Randwick, how the form marries up. Out of the Magic Millions, running a very good race there, racing against the best in Sydney and Brisbane.
I think that Magic Millions form has been the best so far. We saw the horse that won the Adelaide Millions come out of the Magic Millions race as well. So I think that'll stand it in good stead. Best 2-year-old race so far this season anyway.
Okay, well, that gives How Funny a great chance, the Rory's Jester horse, but it'll be interesting to see how it handles the track condition. There's 2 late scratchings at Randwick. Kajar, number 3, as they move back into line, and also number 5. So Back in Style has also come out. Back at Randwick, Ian Craig standing by.
Yes, thanks, pal.
Okay, Ian Craig not online at the moment. They continue with these two late scratchings, Kajar and Back in Style, the 3 and the 5. The runners begin to parade here for the 5th race on Blue Diamond Day. We've already seen a thrilling St George Stakes. Looking ahead to Doomben, Sky Ratings fancying the 11, which is Decoré. We have a value bet which applies. Janaki is the total leg. Larry Olsen standing by with late mail.
Yeah, Brendan, quickly I'll go through them. 2, 9, 15 and 4. I'm going for the 2 Vivid Miss. Looks extremely good in the enclosure. She has 1 on a wet track. However, she's got a little bit of weight. Look, everyone and their dog here are talking about Yanaki. It's the one where if it can handle wet, they say it'll win. So it's in for second. 15, a little bit of value there, My Vanity Fair. And then the 4 Ebony Arc from North Queensland, which handles the track very, very well. But I think it'll be a race between the 2 and the 9, 15 and 4.
Anyway, we're on to the first leg of the
Okay, Larry, Randwick, let's stand by with Ian Craig.
Now the starter coming along to his stand, and it won't be long before they're off. The late scratchings of 3 Kajar and 5 Back in Style. Starter has the button and he'll press same at any moment. Racing now. And Plea was first out. Parhelia jumped nicely, so did a High Life up looking for the lead. Then Optimax Kangaroo followed on the fence by Iron Cross, about 3 lengths to Straight Proof and 2 Scenic Boom. 1,300 left to go. And a High Life is the leader now, length and a half on Parhelia on the inside Plea. And then Kangaroo followed by Iron Cross Optimax. Second last is Straight Proof and 2 lengths further away Scenic Boom. 2 late scratchings at 2.24 and are a third of Kajar and Back in Style. They work their way to the side now and coming along past the 1,000 marker, and a High Life from Maruya is the leader. A length and a half or so on Parhelia. Third is Plea and 4th racing Kangaroo. Then comes Iron Cross on the inside of Optimax. Straight Proof next to last and about a length and 3/4 to Scenic Boom. At the 700 still no variation, and Beatman has High Life in front. Second Parhelia travelling. Third at the moment Plea from Kangaroo. Wider out is Optimax. On the fence is Iron Cross, about a horse off same now. Straight Proof the favourite is second last, and 2 behind it being Scenic Boom. High Life will lead them clearly as they swing around the home turn, more than a length on Parhelia, and then Kangaroo followed by Plea the Rails. A length to Optimax and then Iron Cross, and he's hooking very wide on Straight Proof, and Scenic Boom is last. High Life comes down to the 250 metres, a length and a half on Kangaroo, who's running a good race, but High Life at the moment is holding Kangaroo, and then comes Iron Cross, forgets Straight Proof, but High Life's in full flight. Kangaroo can't catch High Life, and the horse from Maruya wins the money, High Life. Second is Kangaroo, and third was Iron Cross, then Straight Proof, followed by Plea, Parhelia, and then Scenic Boom, and Optimax last. 2 late scratchings, 3 Kajar, and 5 Back in Style.
Racing in great form, High Life. Darren Beeman in the winner's circle for Rado Bolgen. Okay, 6, 10 and 7. There'll be some more news from Randwick, but 3 and 5 confirmed late scratchings at Doomben. There's money on course for the 9 Janaki. Runners parading here at Caulfield, and the jockeys will be up very, very soon. But Doomben's fast approaching with those. That is confirming at Randwick. D. Armand still at the barriers, so we await confirmed news re what happened with the top weight, D. Armand. So I suggest to hold all tickets, and we'll get that confirmed as soon as we can. At Doomben, Janaki.
And they're racing like a bag of crabs left in the sun, and one of the best to begin there. The inside rail would have been G.R. Man, and he's bounced out in advance of travelling quickly. High Life, and on settling down, High Life is the leader. Plea was a length and a quarter further back. Over near the outside, moving up very quickly at this stage of the trip then, probably would have been Parhelia. At the head of the others, then in on the fence, travelling rather nicely then, would have been Straight Proof. A gap further back then is Mr. Jinagola. As they made the run down the side of the track and came towards the 1,000, and High Life is the leader. Parhelia was a length and a quarter further back and travelling generously. A length further back as Plea, and around the outside then came Sir Gainakoa. A gap for the back behind that one then in the centre would have been Omni Jackson just in behind them then on the inside rail, moving up a Straight Proof, and last at this stage of the journey a Scenic Boom. As they came down just before the corner, about 350 left to run, and High Life was the pilot. Parhelia in second place has moved up very prominently into a good berth. And round the outside then goes Sir Koenig Joa. A gap further back behind them then is Omni Jackson. A gap further back then is Play on the Fence, but halfway down the straight. And High Life in front. Over on the outside then coming home with a grand run at this stage of the trip would have been Sir Kainagoa. Sir Kainagoa out after High Life. High Life in front. And High Life is doing better than them. And High Life has beaten Sir Kainagoa. Back in third place then, probably Straight Proof, being followed then on the inside by Plea. Parhelia next, Scenic Boom. Over on the outside of that one then, Straight Proof. And one last to greet the judge in the event would have been Omni Tex. Wait for judges' official placings, but there's not much doubt about the winner.
Thank you very much, Jack Styring. 6 High Life, 10 Sir Kangaroa, and 7 Iron Cross. Bit difficult to pick them up at certain stages of the race, but the most important thing, Matty, is that Sport Odds is finally paying out. We'll wait to see what dividend we get there, but High Life, the Sporting Chance tip, finally we've broken the duck.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. When I woke up this morning, I checked the form and
saw what your lucky number was.
Yeah, my lucky number, and I checked the form. I read what it could do, and I rang the trainer. I said, "What do you think?" And he said, "Johnsy, get on it." So I did, guys. So thank you very much. We've broken our duck, and hopefully that'll set the tone for the rest of the afternoon.
It's Amy Blue Diamond Stakes Day now at Randwick. The top weight has been declared a runner. It stayed in the stalls when they opened. The stewards have had a very close look at the patrol vision, and Diamond's been declared a runner. The 2 late scratchings, though, the 3 and the 5 note bottom left of your screen. On course here, Hydrometer has been blowing all the way, still remains the favourite. Now, second elect, Smoking Barrel, which is similar to what they're betting on course, and Bless 'em. Right throughout betting, it's unchanged, being kept super safe. Previous race, Northerly from Fields of Omar and Mr. Casanova. Correct weight details at Doomben. Let's confirm those. Scott Seamer, the winning rider, the Northern Rivers galloper. Vivid Miss beating Marmadar and Janaki, 2:14 and 9. Shopping for value in this race, well, there isn't. I suppose Cashkey's one which has come in at longer odds and is value on the tote. And Yo-Yo Ma's slight value as well. Grand Falls very similar to what they're betting on course as we rejoin Greg Miles.
On board. And a moving in, Grand Falls first asked to be moved into the gates. Grand Falls working up into the gates now. He performed well in a trial, ran third on Feb 7 in a trial at Cranbourne. Desert Skies moved into his gate a little wider out. $10 chance on the tote. Here's Kashkai now moving in. He has come in for some support. Hydrometer, Damien Oliver has a red cap. Grand Falls getting pretty agitated down there in gate 1. Hydrometer alongside him in 2. There's Beresny going in. He's won 2 of the last 3 first up from a spill. Bless 'em in the green moves along into the stalls. Smoking Barrel and Yo-Yo Ma away from the line. So we're not too far away from a start. First leg of the quaddie coming up. 2 to get set. Yo-Yo Ma for Reese Wheeler about to get a lead in. This is Smoking Barrel coming up in the orange colours now for Stephen King. Open Affair. Hydrometer has the favourite. Yo-Yo Ma ready on the outside. They're set. All clear, off and racing. Grand Falls jump fairly on the inside, away quickly as Yo-Yo Ma. Desert Sky bounded out and Beresny's going fast also as they go past the 1100 metres now, and driving to the leaders, Desert Sky almost a length clear from Grand Falls. Smoking Barrel, Beresny wider out, and Hydrometer back on the inside 5th.